Whether it be American Express, Chase, Capital One, or Citi, there is a trifecta of cards out there for you. All of them earn thousands in travel redemption while easily beating out the annual fees that some of these cards have. The question is, which credit card company has the best trifecta out there? Come back to the channel. I'm Jacob Fisher, and today we are talking credit card trifectas. We have the Chase Trifecta, the American Express Trifecta, Capital One only has one card, and Citi has a trifecta. Those last two, Capital One and Citi, generally take a backseat when it comes to travel points because Chase and American Express kind of just dominate what people talk about. But I thought it'd be good to include them in the comparison because at least Citi has a good trifecta that you could potentially check out. We're going to briefly go over each trifecta so we can define them and then talk about which ones might be best for you. If you enjoy this video, if you personally enjoyed this video, make sure you give that like button a little tap. I wouldn't mind. Of course, skip ahead if you already think you know the trifectas out there and want to see them head to head. Now we're taking business credit cards out of the equation because I don't think it's okay to include business cards when I don't have a business that I could get a credit card for. And you might not either. Let's start with Chase, and this is the one where people generally toss in the Chase Business Preferred, which earns, quite a bit in points. But not everybody can use it for business that they may or may not have, and I don't think it should be included for a trifecta. So they say mixing personal and business isn't always the best option. First and foremost, we have the Chase Sapphire Reserve with a $550 annual fee, which earns 3x on travel and dining, and then 1x on everything else. It also comes with a $300 travel credit, $60 DoorDash credit, TSA PreCheck Global Entry credit, Priority Pass credit, or just a membership, Lyft Pink membership, and a Dash Pass membership, among many other things. This will be the go-to for most dining and travel purchases if you go down the Chase road. Then we move into the Freedom Unlimited, which earns an unlimited 1.5% cash back on everything, 5% on travel booked through Chase Travel Portal, and 3% on drugstores and dining with a $0 annual fee. Then finally, we have the other $0 annual fee, the Freedom Flex, which is actually a new card from Chase, but it's pretty much the same thing as the other Freedom card that they had a little while ago. This card earns you 5% on rotating categories each quarter, and the same extra 3% on dining and drugstores, and 5% on travel booked through Chase Travel Portal as the other card. Chase has a very solid setup going here with the total annual fee, one of the lowest out of the group at $550 with a minimum earning potential of 1.5% on every purchase that you make. Plus, they have decent travel partners as well. Let's move into the American Express Trifecta. Now, starting off, we have the Platinum, I think we knew that, with a $550 annual fee, earning 5x on flights booked directly through the airline, and then 5x on flights and hotels booked through mxtravel.com. You get a $200 Uber credit, $200 airline fee credit, $100 Saks Fifth Ave credit, never use that, lounge access, pre-check credit, and so much more. Full review is in the corner of the video. The next card is the Gold card with a $250 annual fee. With this card, you get 4x on dining and supermarkets, 3x on flights booked with the airline or mxtravel.com, and 1x on everything else. You also get $120 a year to various restaurants and $120 up to Uber, which is new and very nice. Because we earn points with flights, hotels, grocery stores, and dining with these two cards, I didn't think it would be good to include the green card, which is the other Amex kind of higher card with a $150 annual fee, but rather I wanted to go for a card with a $0 annual fee. Now we get a $200 credit potential with the green card, but I don't like it too much. So instead we're going with the Amex Everyday card that earns 2x at supermarkets and 1x on everything else with no annual fee. This card, and this is where it's important, gets a 20% bonus to the points earned if you use it 20 times in a billing period. So this would be the card for everything else that you can probably use 20 times a month. Maybe you spent $1 at Walmart or something, and because you don't earn extra points with the other cards, you could potentially make 20 transactions and then earn 1.2x on everything you make per month. Now the annual fee for all these cards, the total annual fee is $800, which it's pretty high, but you can potentially earn even more with them than some of the other cards. They again have decent travel partners as well. Capital One, I mentioned this before, they're super simple because they only have one credit card that earns travel points. Well, They do have two, but we're going with the one that earns you more than less in this situation. The Venture card from Capital One earns 2x miles per dollar spent on every purchase with an annual fee of $95. They also provide TSA PreCheck Global Entry credit up to $100, which is kind of cool for a card with a $95 annual fee. They have okay travel partners. Lastly, we have Citi, but firstly, in Citi, we have the Citi Prestige with $495 annual fee. This card earns you 5x at restaurants and air travel, 3x at hotels and cruise lines, and 1x on everything else. You get TSA PreCheck Global Entry credit, pretty standard on those high annual fee cards. You also get $250 in travel credit every year, lounge access, and a complimentary 4th night free hotel stay. Might be the best perk of this card, but you can only use it twice in a calendar year. Next, we have the Citi Premier, earning you 3x at dining, supermarkets, gas stations, air travel, and hotels. It's a lot. Then 1x on everything else. This card has a lower $95 annual fee, but they offer you $100 off a single hotel stay of $500 or more once every calendar year, which kind of beats out the fee if you stay at a hotel for that, which is nice. Then finally, we have the Rewards Plus card with no annual fee, 2x at supermarkets and gas stations, and 1x on everything else. This card is neat because it rounds up points to the nearest 10 points on every purchase. So a $1 purchase would not be a single point like with most cards, but rather 10 whole points. They also have okay travel partners. The total annual fee for these cards is $590, along with some good point earning potential. Which of these card trifectors, or singular card in Capital One's case, is best though? Now, if we just look solely at the points earning potential, then using this random amount I came up with for spending in each category that I think could be pretty accurate depending on what you spend, we can see that Amex has the absolute highest earning point potential at the end of the year. I figured $2,500 in dining, $1,000 in general travel like Uber, $3,600 in grocery stores, $1,500 in flights, $1,500 in hotels, and $1,000 in gas stations a year. That seems okay to me. If you have any discrepancies, let me know in the comments below. Of course, you can adjust the categories to your spending to see which one might earn the best, but here we are. Citi is a very close second with the number of points earned, and we have Chase and Capital One bringing up the rear. Of course, it does become a little tricky with the Chase Freedom Flex, which earns 5x on rotating categories every single quarter. So let's say it was grocery stores, then the total points for that quarter, including that grocery store bonus quarter, would be about 30,000 points in a year. Of course, you get 1.5x on the rest of the year and then 5x on that quarter. You could also add everything else categories, and Chase might have a better chance of beating out Amex or getting at least closer to it with some of the other categories you would include. Then we can see the actual cost of the cards per point you earn. Chase costs almost 2 cents per point you earn, Amex at 2 cents, Citi at 0.16 cents, and Capital One at less than a cent per point, which means you need to get more than 2 cents on average per point that you earn, which is easily doable considering some of the travel partners and how you use the points through the different systems that Amex, Chase, Capital One, and Citi all have. Points on everything though, in fact, what I think makes a good travel trifecta is the combination of factors you get in addition to the points earning potential, along with the available transfer partners. Having a good assortment of those benefits would help to solidify the leading trifecta. I think Citi, with the hotel benefits, like the 4th night free and the $100 credit on the $500 hotel stay, cement them as a leader if you stay at hotels a lot. If you do stay at hotels often enough to get status, then you don't need the Amex Platinum benefits of gold status at Marriott and Hilton. The 4th night free with Citi could really help you out because it is a free night at a hotel, and if it's expensive, that's even better. But it can only be used twice in a calendar year, so try to pick it wisely. If you're not staying in hotels, then maybe consider one of the other trifectas. But let's get into the travel partners that each of these companies offer. Citi and Capital One have very similar partners, or at least some, and I think comparing these two, we have Citi coming out on top. Personally, I see JetBlue and Virgin Atlantic as one of the larger players in this space. Not only are they more common airlines for me personally, but you can use Virgin Atlantic to book Delta airline tickets, which I think is a big advantage if you're flying in the US. Let's take a quick look at Chase and Amex, Virgin Atlantic on both again, Southwest and United for Chase, then Delta for Amex. If you fly Delta a lot, then you would be probably better off with Amex, despite being able to use Virgin Atlantic points to book some Delta flights. Doesn't work for every flight, but I think it'd be safer to earn points in the airline that you fly the most, or at least can transfer out to the most, than earning them for a partner airline. Or hotels if you stay at hotels more than airlines. Since Chase has Southwest and Hyatt, where I frequently use or try to, I would stick with them despite Amex earning so much more and Citi having those hotel benefits. I just don't often stay at hotels for more than 3 or 4 nights, so I wouldn't need that 4th night free. Personally, I tend to stay 1 or 2 days and then I can use Hyatt, which has really good redemption value for the points. I also don't fly internationally, which is what Amex is also great at because they have a lot of airline partners that do fly internationally, and you can get some great benefits and point earning potential out of that by transferring those points out to those partners. Citi and Capital One don't really have those travel partners that I'm looking for, so I'm going to stay away from them personally. While the points earning to annual fee ratio is lower for Citi and Capital One, you can value Chase and Amex points higher because you can probably find better deals with them. Southwest, for example, their points are worth 1.5 cents per point, making the Chase Sapphire Reserve like a 4.5% cashback card in some cases. Hyatt can be anywhere from 2 cents to up to 5 cents per point. That's like 15% cashback on the card, making it my go-to when I'm booking hotels, and I'll transfer them out of my Chase account to go to the hotel. It really does work out perfectly. If we use those calculations of 4.5 to 15% cash back for the max value I've seen on some, then each point potential, Chase can provide up to $1,300 a year in value, while Amex is a bit lower and then Citi and Capital One a bit less. Another thing to consider is through Chase you get more value for your points with the Chase Sapphire Reserve because each point is worth 1.5 cents per point on their own travel portal. Amex doesn't have that, and I'm unsure about Citi and Capital One. But if you wanted to book your travel through their own travel portal, then you can just do that. It makes it really easy. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, but for me, the Chase Trifecta makes the most sense to get the most value out of it. I can definitely earn more than $1,000 a year just having some of the cards and earning points through Chase rather than Amex. I upload videos on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on travel and finance, so if that sounds like something interesting to you, make sure you hit that little subscribe button down there. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.